I'm going to talk today about non-disclosure agreements, NDAs, and whether you need one or not. An NDA is usually designed to keep secret any information that would allow a competitor to gain an advantage. So, some kind of secret formula, data, or process that other people would not otherwise have access to. But in our experience, these perfectly valid scenarios are actually quite rare. Usually, we're asked to sign an NDA because someone wants to keep their idea secret. However, if your idea is very obvious or could be derived from information already in the public domain, then your idea is not really protected even if the NDA is signed. For example, if your idea is Facebook for gardeners or any other variation of X-type app for Y-type of demographic, then your idea is not going to be protected by an NDA. In addition, there are many who believe that due to the lack of financial transaction, that an NDA would not stand up in court anyway. So okay, the NDA might not provide much protection, but what's the harm in signing? Well, the issue for agencies is that it potentially restricts what they can do without any financial compensation, which again is partly why people believe it's unenforceable. For example, the agency could be approached by a second client that wants to do something similar to the first. The first client may then feel that the agency is breach of contract, despite the agency having received the protected idea legitimately. Another issue is that a request for an NDA already sends a signal to the agency that you don't trust them with your idea. This is a red flag to some agencies that have built their reputations on trust and good client relationships. Something else to keep in mind is that ideas on their own are not worth much. It's the execution that holds the value. For a business to be a success, a product or service needs to be very well produced, which takes considerable time and effort. So what's the solution? Sure, if you have a genuine secret source that no one else could easily come up with, then by all means explain this to the agency so that they understand why an NDA is required. But otherwise, don't engage with an agency unless you trust them in the first place. In other words, do your research and find a professional and trustworthy agency. Starting a relationship this way will lead to a much more productive outcome. I hope that helps, and thanks for listening.